So, the tribe of Benjamin will lead. And as a leader of the tribe of Benjamin, and as a member of the tribe of Benjamin to lead the other tribes of Israel, you have a duty to behave in an appropriate manner, befitting your station, or you will lose your honour prize. So, I want to give some advice to members of the tribe of Benjamin who value the fact that they're members of the tribe of Benjamin. In regards to the females of the tribe of Benjamin, if Jesus is not at the head of the house, someone else is. So what do you mean by that? Man in Benjamin represents Jesus on his behalf, and if he's up to faith, he has to be behaving in an appropriate manner. He's not to let his wife talk about goddesses or any other shit like that around the kids, or even mention it, because that would have caused the tongue to be removed in the past. The feminine doesn't rule the house. That's the truth. That's the way it goes. They don't like it because they're gobby bitches. All Hebrew women are gobby. They always have been. Just read the Bible, it tells you. You have to rule over. That's why God says rule over them. So she'll be running around the house telling you what to do and giving you orders. And if you don't do what she wants, she'll call the guard. They'll come and rob you, rob the kids, and rob everything on the whims of a bitch. That bitch more than 90 doesn't love Jesus. That's what, if she did, she wouldn't call the Garda. She's one of them that Dan and love her bitches. She wants all the attention. She's not fucking good. If Jesus is not ruling the house, the Most High, Jesus himself, and the man is not representing on his behalf, someone else is. So you can't serve two masters, and the master in the house has to be Jesus. If the feminine is ruling in the house, that's all wrong. She needs to be put in her place. All of them. All they do. Do you know the prisons over in Britain? I used to live in Britain when I used to work with some men fighting against the paedophile rings, yeah? It's a very serious thing. It can melt your brain. It's not for everybody, you know, because it's harrowing stuff. And these men, these British men, some of them are Irish as well, soldiers of the Commonwealth, the Gaels, the Angles, the Angel soldiers, yeah? The British and the Americans and the French and stuff like that. They're all fighting all of these fuckers abroad. And if they went off fighting them and defending Ireland and other little places like that, Iceland and stuff, they'd have been invaded and overrun long ago. So anyone running around going, yeah, the fucking English, yeah, the Brits, the Americans, yeah, they keep you safe. So what the British soldiers were saying to me when they were coming back to fight the paedophiles, loads of the paedophiles were the police. They were Masons. And the British soldiers were sick and tired of going off abroad fighting, getting blown to smithereens, coming back traumatised, fucked up. When they came back, they were thrown in jail. And a lot of them were thrown in jail by the women. They'd call these strangers into the house who weren't brave enough themselves to join the British Army and go off and defend the British people. They were brutalising the British people. They were turning British culture on its head by taking the man from his rightful place in a Christian place to rule, even in a Muslim house. Jesus rules. That's it. He's the head of the house. And you have to know Jesus and have a faith in Jesus and teach that faith. If your wife is teaching goddess stuff, Jesus is not in the house, someone else is. And it's not very, nobody wants anyone. You don't want someone in your house that's not ruling on behalf of Jesus. So then all they do is pick up the phone. The more power they get, the more, like them mad witches, the suffragettes. Yeah? The more power a woman gets, the madder the children get. The more disobedient the children get, the more crime proliferates. Diseases proliferate. All of this weird shit. Because mommy, on the best day, is a schizo. She has split personalities. Women have split personalities. Most of them are schizophrenics. They're mad as a brush. Especially when they're on their rags, their period, whatever you call it, isn't they're bleeding all over the gaff. You know the saying goes, never trust anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die. That's a very serious thing, you know, it's true. You know what I mean? I seen people cutting their fingers and a little bit of blood came out and they were bleeding, fainting and everything. Once a month. Yeah, it's very bad. Anyway, you can't have women ruining the house. It's just the way it is. My pal says his pal was complaining to him the other day that his little girl lives with her mother, and she's up in the bedroom. She's 12 years old, cutting herself up. It's very bad stuff. Yeah, the women are getting out of prime. You don't want to be real with women. Fuck the goddesses, whoever. It was the goddess. See, when it gets to a certain stage, women want to get this goddess business out. Because the old Gaelic culture, if they didn't teach the faith and the truth, they had their tongues removed after 6 months. I don't know if you can actually do it to the actual women of Benjamin, but you could do it to the slaves that they took captive. If they didn't learn to speak the language, they had their tongues sliced out. That's a very effective tool. If mommy's running around the place screaming this, screaming that, teaching about all this heathen idolatry and all, and daddy complains and they say, right, remove our tongue. That's a bit of a deterrent. Because Jesus returns and removes the lips and the tongues of the false teachers. So that's what you look like. You know, have only lips. Yeah? And if you're teaching your children to be disobedient to the father in the house, to the representation of the father in the house is the man. He's not actually the father. You have one father in heaven, but he is the man in the house. He's daddy. He's da. You're a false teacher. And you're a threat to the children. And Michael the Archangel, he will stand for the children in those days. So this is what you're doing when you're being disobedient and you're not representing in your space in the house, in your place. You're putting her up to Jesus. Jesus Christ. You're starting on Jesus, you are. You're basically standing there with your finger going, fuck you, Jesus. That is not wise. That is stupidity. Thick idiocy. Because Jesus wins, and Jesus is the winner. And that makes you a loser.